Hello everyone, we're going to be making homemade guacamole. This recipe calls for 8 large avocados, 1 bushel of cilantro, 8 Roma tomatoes, which we're going to peel so that we have roasted Roma tomato skins, 2 large jalapeno peppers, 3 decent sized serrano peppers, and then we're going to use 1 whole lime and a half an orange, both of which we're going to juice into the recipe. And lastly, some people like to use diced onions in their guacamole. I do not, but I do add a little bit of onion powder just to give it just a tint of onion flavor, but not the strong, overpowering crunchiness that you would get if you had actual diced onions. So the first step in preparing this meal is to go ahead and dice your tomatoes. And the way you want to get your roasted Roma tomato skins is pretty simple. You'll just take a tomato, Roma tomato, cut off the ends, then turn it on its side, and you can see where this line goes across the tomato. You just want to cut it in half right along that line. And then as you see here, you just want to kind of work the knife from one side and then work it from another and just get the center tomato piece out so that all you have left is the skin. And then as you can see, I've got a plate of skins here. I'll go ahead and put that over there. Basically, it's a 1-to-1 ratio of avocados to tomatoes. So I'm going to use 8 tomato skins, 8 Roma tomatoes, which will give me, basically 16 of these skin pieces. I'm doing 2 batches of the the guacamole mix, which is why you see I've got all of these. So I'm going to have a total of 16. Once these are all laid out on the tray, you can sprinkle them with just a little bit of salt and sprinkle them with a little bit of pepper. And after that, you put them in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. Take a peek at them, which we'll do in a little bit, and see. Again, you want them to start to caramelize and break down, but not quite start to turn black. So again, that's the prep. I'll show you how to do one more tomato. Again, just so folks can get a good look at it. Cut off the 2 ends, like such. And again, you see this line going across, just cut it along that line. And it makes it real easy to work the knife down there and down there to get your skins. Tap that so you get the juice off. And again, this one you see it's just kind of falling right off on its own. Just a little bit of a cut, tap the juice, get it out on the plate. And go ahead and do one last one, since we just need this last one for the plate to be full. And that's just a simple baking sheet with some aluminum foil on it, nothing fancy. Get all that goo and guts out. Go ahead and lay those out. And give me a second to go into the pantry, get my salt and pepper. So again, we don't want to have too much salt. So I'm just going to pour out some in my hand and just take a pinch of that and just kind of sprinkle it up and down gently. Just a little bit, you don't want to do too much. So again, just taking a little pinch. That's really no more than a half a teaspoon total, I'd say. And just kind of evenly sprinkling it out through the different rows of tomatoes, as you can see, hopefully. All right. And then for the pepper, do the same thing. Again, here, just sprinkle it lightly. Just a couple little specks on each. You don't want to overpower it because, again, this is going to go in the guacamole, and you've got those jalapenos and serrano peppers, which are really going to be strong. So again, this is just to help caramelize the tomatoes while they're in the oven. All right, there we go. And so now we've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. So like I said, put that down, put it in on the center oven rack. Go ahead and set that to 25 minutes. And we'll check it in a little bit.